All right, hello everyone. This is Erica with Save On Designs, and I have a fun little tutorial for you today. This is, these are shakers. So this is going to be the free file in my group for the month of March in 2026. And I was trying to decide on the free file for you guys, and just it has been a heck of a week, and I thought I needed to make something fun. And nothing is more fun than these shakers. So I pulled these from another file. I have some other shakers I've been working on. Actually, I did these even before Christmas and never got them finished. So there's a whole bunch with different themes, and these are just like shaker toys. And so these are ones that I'll have at a file coming out, but there was a 4-leaf clover and a little bunny, so I shrunk those down a little bit. I was thinking more like Easter bag tags. We could shrink them down a little more even, and they could be keychains, which is kind of fun for the shamrock, like a lucky keychain. So I'm going to kind of show you my process for making shakers and what's involved there. I do have some diode friendly options. You can do this with a diode. You just have to have the right materials. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the layers. So first of all is your middle layer. This one, the most important thing with the shakers is whatever your middle layer, so that's your cave, where you're going to put all the goodies. And you have to have this be thicker than any of your goodies. So if you have this in 1/8 and what you're cutting to put in it, or what you have to go in it, is 1/8 or larger, it's not going to move around, and it's going to get caught and not be any fun. This is 1/4 inch clear acrylic, which is what I like for shakers because it gives them lots of room to move around. But I do have this one is a layer of 1/8, and I have 1/16 material in there, and that's really great. Smoky Hills has come out with some 1/8 or 1/16 acrylic material, which has been hard to find from other places in a variety of colors. So that's exciting. So you can do this with 1/8 if you want your little cave to be a little bit thinner. But again, 1/4, I think everything else I did at 1/4. This one is an MDF, so it's not the clear acrylic. So this one would be more of a diode friendly. Now the tops and bottoms, this one I happen to have some cute little pattern ply. It's got some little bunnies and carrots on it that I'm going to use as my back. I have a clear top for this one. This one has a clear top, but this is made from flex material, and I had a piece here to show you. So this is from Smoky Hill. This is diode friendly. I know you can't see it really well, it's because it's clear. But it's thin, it's flexible, and it can be cut with diode. So that is an option if you don't have a CO2 machine that can cut the clear acrylic. They're just going to sound a little different, but still fun. So I've pre-assembled some of these a little bit, so it won't take me quite so long to put them together. So I'm going to start with this little bunny. I've got lots of goodies. The file does come with some shapes that you can cut. So like those little bunnies you saw earlier, these are in a 1/16 and they're little bunny shaped. I've got some clovers, there's some little circles, and also some little squares that come in the file. So you could cut those from acrylic, a colored piece, flex. Flex isn't going to make a lot of noise, but it looks kind of neat in there. So you have all kinds of options. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to assemble this one from the top up. Don't forget to clean everything off. I use the rainbow cleaner. This is from Smoky Hill because I know it's safe. There may be some other cleaners that work well, but we know it's safe to use on the pattern ply and their acrylic. So I'm going to wipe that down just to get any fingerprints off, because we don't want that once this is all sealed up. I am using 3M. I put 3M on both sides of my middle piece, whatever that's going to be. And that way you don't have to do the glue. And I pulled that off of both sides. It's not very smart of me. Lining these up, I usually just kind of feel around. You can pop this off if you haven't really pushed it hard. 3M does kind of give you that little bit of leeway. But once I'm happy with that, then I can push it down. And I really should have kept my sticker on there so that my goodies don't stick in here. Now for the goodies, like I said, you can cut what comes in the file. So we may use a little bit of that, but I got really crazy when I started doing shakers and bought all kinds of these things. They're little clay sprinkles. You can get them on Etsy. And they come in all kinds of designs. This one has some little carrots and bunnies and chicks and broken eggs. So that's kind of fun. They're not gonna make a lot of noises. So when I do these, I like to put in something that's gonna make some noise. So these are little teeny, teeny, tiny little sprinkles. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some of those in there. And let's see, I may do some yellow because that goes well. So these guys are, oh, those are little. Let's see. I've got a whole bunch of little supplies over here. Oh, let's do green. These are some bigger ones. You can kind of see them there. So I'm just going to sprinkle some of those in. And I have some bigger orange. Maybe we'll put a few of those in. So I've got some interesting things to look at. I have the pretty pattern ply on the back. I've got some things that are going to make some noise. So once that's done, I'm ready to put my top on again. I want to do my cleaning real quick, make sure there's no fingerprints on the inside there. And I'm just going to line that up until I'm happy with it. And I'm going to push it down. Now here is where you may like it just like this, and I don't know if you can see that really well. I can see the glue from the 3M coming all around there, and I really didn't like that. So I like to put a frame on mine, and the frame is just cut from the same shape your inside is. So it just makes that shape there. This is white flex with 3M on it. And I'm just going to use this little weeding tool. Helps me get that paper off quicker. And I'm going to line that up. Just like I did the top. When I'm happy with it, I can push it down. The back, I might leave the back. I don't have to put that other piece on. But you can. You could if you like. And then we have a fun little shaker. This one does not have a top on it, like a little keychain top. So this would just be a fun toy. 3M, I think a super mischievous child probably could get into this, but I have tried to get into these when I've messed something up, and I've really had that 3M set up and get pressurized in there, and they are really hard to get off. So, and I think I broke the acrylic in the process. So these are pretty sturdy with that 3M. I would probably not trust this with a mischievous kiddo with regular glue. But that's just me. So just be smart about them and who you're giving them to. So let's do this one really quick. I've partially assembled this already. I already have the bottom on it. So we're just going to put some goodies in. And this one, I have some fun little sprinkles that are St. Patrick's Day, clovers, and looks like some little coins. And so these are just like that soft clay stuff. And I'm going to put in from the ones that I cut some of these green little clovers. So they're going to make a little more noise in there. And I have some white ones too that I cut from 1/16 acrylic material. So I'm going to throw those in as well. And we need some stuff to make a little more noise. So I've got some green beads here. We're going to throw in there. You could use seed beads for this. A lot of crafters might have those on hand. I'm going to use, this is kind of some glittery type confetti. I guess it's more confetti and glitter. Again, your weeding tools, tweezers are really nice for this sometimes. So I'm going to throw some of those in there because those are fun to look at. And maybe some little tiny gold beads because it is St. Patrick's Day. All right, now I'm going to clean my cover here. Hold this down so we don't get sprinkles all over the place. Pull that off. Put this on. Carefully lining that up. Oof. And that feels good. And we'll put our top on, and this one is done. There we go. Perfect. Let's see, I'm gonna do one more here. This one does have the flex and another little pattern on it. The little marshmallow bunnies there. And for this, I cut some little marshmallow bunnies in some blue and some pink. So if this is all you wanted to put in there, those are really cute. There's some kind of off. Oh, I've got white ones. I've got white ones. I've got some little blue circles. I've got some little pink squares that I cut. And some little white circles. So I'm just going to add all those in there. Some more squares and maybe some more blue. And just because I have all these, I'm going to add, got some little purple. Since I didn't cut anything out of purple, I've got some little purple beads. I'm going to add in there for fun. And I do have this really fun little tool in my drawer over here that is like a car vacuum. So when I do these and I get little beads all over, they're easy to clean up. I am gonna do my quick clean. And put this guy together. And there we go. Fun for all ages. So I'm thinking of any other tips. This is one I cut. I'm not going to put this together just for time. Get under the screen here. Here we go. I'm sorry, I'm watching on my computer as well. So this one I did use, instead of the flex material for the frame around it, I used 1/16 white, which also is diode friendly. So that's another diode option that you might have. And yeah, we can fill these full of stuff, and like I said, fun for kiddos and adults. Again, this is the free file that I have in my Facebook group, Laser Love with Save-On Designs. If you come across this video and want to join, we'd be happy to have you. And we just love to make beautiful and creative things. So thank you, everybody, and let me know if you have any questions.